Going on, guys? It's been a while since I made a video. I've just been busy with you know going out hiking, fishing, all that stuff with the family. Haven't been riding much like I was doing before, and then I've been doing other little mods here and there on the bikes, and then trying to go through a career change right now too. So yeah, I know it's been, I think, over like 2 months, 3 months since I last did something. So today I'm mostly gonna go over the KYB. Now that I've ridden it for a couple months, now I'm kind of gonna go over the KYB review, I guess, and then just show you the little things I've done to it so far. I mean, the bike is still mostly stock. I haven't gone crazy out on it, but yeah, let me show you what I've done to it, and then go over the KYB review. So first, I did new sprocket and chain. I did go one tooth smaller on the front. I'm gonna test that out, see how it feels. If not, I'll probably go back to a 14 on the front, but that's what I did. And then I did the Rider Engineering axle and blocks. This is like a free floating axle, the ones from the Japanese models. This is an axle from CRF. I swapped that out. Supposedly it gives you more traction and more straight line stability. I haven't tested it yet, so hopefully this weekend I'll test it and give a review on that, but I've done that. And then, I mean, I got tubeless in rear. I put a new mousse on the front with the new tire. So I did that. I mean, other than that, everything else is stock. So far I have almost 35 hours on this bike. So I think I put the suspension when I had about 20 hours. So I guess I'm guessing I had about 15 hours on it. So these forks, like I said before, I got them from a buddy of mine, Peter, that he sold his KTM. So I swapped in my forks for his. Think in mind still that the valving is still from what he had on his. I haven't changed the valving. I did change the stiffer forks for me. The stiffer springs, I mean, for me, but the valving is still the same. And even at that, you know, it works good. You know, eventually, hopefully here in the next couple months, I'm gonna send it out to get revalve for me. But I mean, as opposed to air, right now it's still way, way, way better than the AR stuff. Yeah, it's for sure, you know, 10 times better than the AR stuff. I've never liked the AR. You know, I was even thinking of selling the bike. We talked to some of my buddies. I was already pretty much ready to sell my bike because I didn't want to spend, you know, 2 grand on some fork conversions, you know, on top of already paying for the bike, you know, especially now that they're what, $10,000-$11,000, and you know, to do that and still have to put another 2 grand on just the forks to get a spring conversion or something like that. You know, I was getting ready to sell, but thankfully, you know, Peter came up with that, and you know, we swapped them, and I'm really happy. KYB stuff, this is by ProTune, and I'm really happy with it. It's like, it's 10 times better. So all I did was put a stiffer fork springs for me. I still got to do the valving, but I mean, the cornering, the feel, you know, I like feeling everything on the front constantly. How do I put it? I guess, you know, throughout my whole ride. With the AR, you know, towards the end of my rides, I could feel where it was getting harsher and harsher and harsher. And with this, you know, it's consistent. Consistent all the way. At first, I was having issues with the seals. I was blowing seals, but because I did have the wrong fork springs on there. Yeah, they're KYB, but you gotta put shorter springs in here. You cannot put the ones off like the Yamaha or anything like that. These are actually shorter KYB springs. So after figuring all that out, I got the short KYB springs, and I haven't had any issues now. I mean, it's solid. To me, I recommend it if you're looking for spring conversion. They're really, 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 really good. I did try Steve Fox cone valve forks. They are softer though, because I mean, they're for him, they're not for me. But I did try his cone valve forks, and I'll tell you what, yeah, it was that they're awesome too. They were real plush. You know, they will absorb a lot of stuff. They were just too soft for me, which is understandable because it's meant for him. But for the price range, I mean, if you have the money to go A-Kit and spend that money, go for it and spend it. But I mean, to spend, you know, from KYB to to the actual WP cone valves, you know, it's gonna be probably what, like almost $3,000-$4,000 difference. So if that was a route, you know, I would go with the KYB for sure. You know, you'll save a lot of headaches with the air stuff, and uh, you know, you'll just have a better solid front. Yeah, it does add a little bit of weight, but you don't feel it as much. You know, it's still solid bike. I mean, the bike is already light as it is, so adding a couple more weights to satisfy, you know, the handling and the riding, the turning and everything about it. Uh, I'd rather take that than be with the air forks. But yeah, that's all I have to say. Anybody looking for, you know, thoughts on the KYB, or have, you know, thinking if they should go that route, I would recommend it, you know, go that route. KYB, you know, it's, we all know it's one of the best forks out there, and it makes this bike, you know, 10 times more better than what it was with the AR forks. So uh yeah, that's gonna be it. I'd like to hope maybe next week I'll do a video on that axle, on the axle stuff. So yeah, hopefully I'll be out riding this weekend, and I'll test that out and give you guys, you know, a review on that, or what I think, what I feel. I mean, the axle kit, it's I think like $90 on Rocky Mountain. So I'll let you know if it's worth it. But yeah, stay tuned. I'll try to be more active and post more videos. Uh, Now that you know that the kids are back in school and everything, we're not gonna be out so much on the weekends and all that. So yeah, you like more videos, you know, subscribe, give it a thumbs up, and I'll see you in the next one. Thank you.